of when I'm at an airport and my luggage, I'm waiting for my luggage to come down, and then I see it, and I get that feeling, oh, it's here. And here we are, making each day better, one song at a time, at Daily Antidote of Song. Great day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever we happen to be in this world. Happy journey to us all. I'm so glad we are here together. I'm Arne. I'm your host for this Thursday edition of Daily Antidote of Song. Every single day, the incredible folks at Carpe Diem Arts brings it to you. Okay, so we want one hand, right hand, right hand. But you got to lean in it. Lean in it. Lean in. Lean in. Carpe diem arts, carpe diem arts. Okay. All right. It's June 1st, 2023. I think it's day 1152, but somebody's going to tell me if it's true. Somebody gonna tell me. I know. And we'll get this party started by saying greetings to all of the humans that are live streaming on all the different platforms. Go ahead, wave to each other. Go ahead. We can wave. We can wave. And we might as well wave to each other. And I'm going to say hello to the wonderful Jojo Rossi, who is somewhere in this room. We give her, yeah, give her kisses. And our jamming on the one, jamming on the one, jamming on the one, Jaden is here with us today. Thank you. Our Zoom guru goddess is here. We're appreciative. And let's see who else is in the room today. We've got Kevin in DC. Hello, Kevin. Lois on the iPad. Deborah in Kentucky. Deli is here. Jim in New York City is here. Nancy, greetings to you. We got Pauline and Dad in Newcastle, UK. Susan G in Cincinnati, rocking the crazy orange. All right, we twinning today. Good to see you. Hoda in British Columbia. Hello, beautiful Hoda. Sheila in Florida. Hello, hello. Archie or Hindi or Archie are here. Bob is here. Hello to you, Bob. Oh, wow. Oh, yes. I see them both. All right. Anne in Nashville is here. Hello, Storm. I'm liking a new hat. Kathleen in Albuquerque is here. Luda in Victoria, BC. So much love. Carolyn is here. Good to see you, love. Susan in Seattle is here. Hello. Kate in Charlottesville. Good to see you. Oh, Kathy, you know I'm liking that. The fur baby, between the fur baby and the orange. I mean, it's like, oh, my stars. So beautiful. Chuck Hakeem is here from the great city of Detroit. Nice to see you, sir. Deborah is here. We've got Jane in Texas. Mabel and Bears are here. Gary is here. Hello, hello. Nancy, the Irish cow, is here. Linda in Orcas Island here. Hello, Fred, Silver Spring. Hello, hello. Martha. Greetings to you, love. And Nat in California A is here. Hi, Karen. Karen's here. Hi, Bob. What is okay? There's an orange sky behind you, Bob. Do tell. Do tell. Let's see who else is here. We have Jim in New York City, Brahman in Victoria, British Columbia. Kate is visiting. New girl. New, does that mean grandbaby? We're not sure. Amos is here. Jenny in Suffolk, UK is here. Moon in Alexandria is here. We've got Laura here. Isabel, Kat in Vermont, and Caroline in DC. Let's all take a breath. It's a great day to be alive. If you're new to Daily Antidote of Song, this is the time. Put your name in the chat, where you're tuning in from, and how you found Daily Antidote of Song on day 1152. All right. Okay. Y'all know I'm a nerd. Y'all know I'm a nerd. You know, I have a card that carries. I carry a card that says Arne is a nerd. Okay, so one of the things that I may have shared, I used to participate in spelling bees as a kid, and today there's the crowd. There'll be the televised event of the spelling bee. But did you all know? And I'm sure there's a lot of educators in here. You did know that the very first spelling bee victor, who won the first national spelling competition in the U.S. in 1908, was Marie C. Bolden. She's a 13-year-old Black American teenager from Cleveland, Ohio. She became the first spelling bee champion in the entire U.S. And one of her words was one of my all-time favorites. I learned this word when I was 8 years old. Acquiesce. I love that. Acquiesce. If you all are spelling bee fans, it's going to be televised today. And that's all I got to say about that. All right. We are in a new month. We're honoring fathers. We have a wonderful, wonderful storyteller here with us today. She's a singer, songwriter, and instrumentalist. She's a recording artist, a children's musician, an educator, an author, and a poet. Coming to us from Keene, New Hampshire, we have the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Kim Wallach. Kim Wallach, come to the stage, please.
All right.
How are you?
I'm pretty well. How are you?
I'm great. It looks so beautiful behind you, all of the green. It's gorgeous. So I've got to ask you respectfully, how is Tiki?
Um, she's crossed the Rainbow Bridge.
Tiki has crossed the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad I asked. So we're just going to hold Tiki in our hearts
Yeah.
as you bring a song to us. Tell us the name of the song you've chosen and teach us. Take us along the journey with you.
The song is called "Go Out for Takeout," and it's a song for my dad. Um, I grew up in Cranford, New Jersey. I don't know if anybody here is from that part of New Jersey. It's exit 135 to 138 on the Parkway, and my mom was very young when she had us, and I still remember the day we moved from Flushing, New York, or Jackson Heights to Cranford, and how little furniture we had. Like, we had
Wow,
rooms
wow,
with nothing in them. We just
wow,
sat on the
wow.
floor.
Okay, that
Um,
sounds fascinating. Let's get back to it.
all right, get
I
back to
want
the
to,
song.
yeah,
So,
I want to get to the song. We'll come
my
back to
mom
the story.
my mom didn't really cook. So, as soon as we figured out a routine for what takeout was available, my dad would take over feeding the family a few nights a week. And he would always say, "Who wants to go with me?" And I would wait a few beats just to see if my sisters were going to take him up on it. But if they didn't, man, I was out of there. So it was a chance to sit in the front seat and a chance to just have my dad to myself for a while, and I just loved it. So this is very specific about the few places that we went to. There's no real chorus.
Okay.
Um, I know you guys are quick on the pickup, and
So line it out. Give us line by line,
well,
and we're with you.
what I was hoping is I could chunk it a little bigger because I'm not sure I can do line by line, but let me do each verse twice so you can hear it and get used to the tune and then do it with me. So I'll do them each twice. How about that?
All right, take it away.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I like to go out for takeout and ride in the car with my dad. Without my mother and sisters, the only alone time we had. So let's do that together. I like to go out for takeout and ride in the car with my dad. Without my mother and sisters, the only alone time we had. Second verse. We'd pick up a pizza in Garwood. I'd ride with it warm on my thighs. Or we'd get Chinese food in Linden. Egg rolls and mystery fried rice. All right, we'll try that one together. Ready? Here we go. We'd pick up a pizza in Garwood. I'd ride with it warm on my thighs. Or we'd get Chinese food in Linden. Egg rolls and mystery fried rice. Here comes the bridge. We talk about something important, like school or a book that I'd read. Then we'd pun about trees, take a different route, leave off to hear music instead, and we'll do that again. We talk about something important, like school or a book that I'd read. Then we'd pun about trees, take a different route, leave off to hear music instead. Third verse. We'd drive to Roselle and the deli for fresh bagels that only they had. He'd joke with the men at the counter. They'd say I look just like my dad. And again, we'd drive to Roselle and the deli for fresh bagels that only they had. He'd joke with the men at the counter. They'd say I look just like my dad, and I do. I always felt safe with my father. I knew that he thought I was smart, though I'd scoff at his soft-spoken lectures. Their lessons still live in my heart. And again, I always felt safe with my father. I knew that he thought I was smart, though I'd scoff at his soft-spoken lectures. Second ending. Their lessons went straight to my heart. And the bridge. We talk about something important, like school or a book that I'd read. Then we'd pun about trees, take a different route, leave off to hear music instead. I'd still like to go out for takeout and ride in the car with my dad and hear once again all those lectures, that precious alone time with Dad. Let's do that verse again, and then we'll do the big ending. I'd still like to go out for takeout and ride in the car with my dad and hear once again all those lectures, that precious alone time with Dad. Big ending. That precious alone time with Dad. Or you could go up. That precious alone time with Dad. There we go.
Okay, that's what I did. I did the big ending. Okay, so now you got to do the whole thing down.
Okay, here we go.
We're ready. Thank you.
You got it. I like to go out for takeout and ride in the car with my dad. Without my mother and sisters, the only alone time we had, we'd pick up a pizza in Garwood. I'd ride with it warm on my thighs, or we'd get Chinese food in Linden, egg rolls and mystery fried rice. We'd talk about something important, like school or a book that I'd read. Then we'd pun about trees, take a different route, leave off to hear music instead. We'd drive to Roselle and the deli for fresh bagels that only they had. He'd joke with the men at the counter. They'd say I look just like my dad. I always felt safe with my father. I knew that he thought I was smart, though I'd scoff at his soft-spoken lectures. Their lessons went straight to my heart. We'd talk about something important, like school or a book that I'd read. Then we'd pun about trees, take a different route, leave off to hear music instead. I'd still like to go out for takeout and ride in the car with my dad and hear once again all those lectures, that precious alone time with Dad. That precious alone time with Dad.
Oh, Kim Wallach. Wow. Okay, so much to unpack there. Uh, incredible memory. Incredible memory. When did you write that song?
I wrote it, well, it looks like I wrote it in October of 2006
Wow.
when
Wow.
Dad was still around. He had Parkinsonism, which mimics Parkinson's but doesn't respond to the same medications. He had
Hmm.
always had a tremor. We have a familial tremor in our family. So he'd always had shaking hands, which had kind of determined what he chose to do for a living. He was a pathologist. Um, when he was in medical school, he realized that he couldn't ever cut into living people with
Okay.
guaranteed results. So
Wow. Wow. Tell us your dad's name.
his name was Jacques Burton Wallach, and he was the youngest of three, and his hobby was photography. He was a really wonderful photographer. Loved working with black and white. He had a dark room in our basement, and we
Wow.
could go in and develop pictures with him too.
Oh, wow. Incredible. Okay, how in the world did you keep the pizza box on your thighs without opening it up? How?
Oh, I didn't. I opened it.
Okay, it's like I couldn't see
Oh,
myself
so
just sitting there
good.
and just letting the smell of it just come and me just not opening it and sneaking a
Oh,
snooze.
we had really strict rules about eating. You didn't
Okay,
eat until everybody was sitting at the table,
okay, okay.
and the punishment was severe. So
Okay, all right, okay. I get it. I get it. Did you ever figure out what the mystery was in the fried rice?
no,
It
no.
wasn't raisins?
It continues to be a mystery to this day. Really don't know what.
Wow. Do you know if those places are still there? Because you were very specific, Garwood. It would just be
Yeah.
this is a video, Kim. This is a
Oh,
video.
they are. I don't know if those specific places are still there. I'm gonna guess not. Because restaurants come and go so quickly. They may already have been gone by the time I graduated high school, but no, actually they were still there. then. But I don't know if they're still there now. I don't get back all that much, and
Wow.
I'm not sure I could find them on my own. Um, My dad always seemed to know where everything was, and, he had grown up in New York. He could drive anywhere in the city and find anything. He used to love to go to street fairs, and he always seemed to know when they were and where to park. He, like, just had a map in his head, and, he could find anything, so
Wow. Wow.
he
Well, I
was
love how you recognize that that was precious alone time that you could get with him.
yeah. It was. I mean, 3 kids, pretty close in age. It was pretty busy at our house all the time, and so, yeah, it what an opportunity, to just have him say, "Who wants to come?" And I sort of, "Me, I
Right.
would take me out," you know? And then it would be at a solid half an hour uninterrupted, of my dad's attention. That was very special.
Wow. Wow. Riding shotgun. Nobody could tell you
Yeah.
couldn't.
Nobody could take the seat away from me.
Nobody could take that seat. I love it. And of course, I'm loving the punny puns. The root, the ROOT,
Oh,
the
yeah,
the leave, the leave off. I like that.
he would choose or one of us would choose a subject, and then we'd just, like, exhaust all the puns on that subject that we could, and, the bigger the groan, the more successful the pun.
Okay. I'm loving these stories. Did he perchance get a chance to hear this song?
He did, yeah.
Oh, and his reaction, please.
Um, he he liked it. He never really liked to have the attention on himself. So I think, you know, he I think he was a little uncomfortable that I wrote a whole song about him,
Oh,
but he liked it and he knew,
wow.
you know,
Wow.
he knew that it mattered.
It mattered a lot. And the fact that you could articulate how safe you felt with him.
You know, it wouldn't have occurred to me that that was unusual when I was growing up. It was only my friend Carla Siaki, who's also a wonderful singer songwriter, had written a song where that was a line in her song too, that she always felt safe with her father. And I thought, that's not necessarily the case for everybody. And I don't think I had really thought about it until I heard her sing that. And then I thought, for me, my dad was the safe parent. He was the person that I could like let down my guard and just be myself, and I never had to worry about anything. But I know that's not true for everybody.
That's right. Everyone's experience is different. And
Yeah.
so I'm kind of living vicariously through your story. I'm really, really appreciating those words, the sentiment, and the melody of the song. It's very sing-songy.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty easy. It's just but it was such a well, I think just the subject matter, to go out for takeout is just a very light-hearted, you know, we're not writing about anything heavy, but those it's those little everyday things that make up a life, you
Those
know.
memories, they count, they matter, and they are long lasting.
Yeah.
And so I know a lot of people are relating to you. So make sure you save the chat.
Oh,
Make,
great. I better do that.
make sure you save the chat because a lot of people are relating. You spent many years as an educator and for children. I'm really curious about at least one of the programs, the '60s Hootenanny. What in the world did you do?
Oh, um, well, I think it would depend a little bit on which age group I was working with, but would just be songs from the mid to late 60s that everybody could sing along on, but that address the issues that were going on at the time. Civil rights, the war in Vietnam, the vote, whether or not you should um, have to put on a uniform and take training and go fight in a war if you didn't have a say in whether or not we should be even fighting that war.
Mhm.
Um, and a reminder that and abortion rights, a reminder that these things did not come easily and did not come without a lot of effort on the part of a lot of people. And then um, the songs that went with them that kept us all united and pulled us together. Songs that helped people get through a night or a week or a month in jail waiting for their time to get out, and songs that kept hope alive when everybody was scared and working hard. And I think we need that again. I think we need those songs that keep hope alive and keep us together and remembering what's important, and and that it doesn't come easy and that you have to work for it not just once. As discouraging as that is, but
Oh,
that we have to
no.
keep working for it again and again.
Ongoing. It's ongoing, that push and pull, that push and pull.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you miss teaching?
um I do and I don't.
Okay.
I miss the daily interaction with kids more than anything. I do not it's not a good time to be a teacher. Between everybody feeling like they have something to say about what your curriculum should be and what your language should be when you're teaching that curriculum, and whether or not this is okay or that okay, and I think this should be banned or that should be banned, and then feeling unsafe in the schoolroom, feeling like anybody could break
Attack.
into my classroom with a gun, and that I'm supposed to put myself between danger and my children. Um, all of that. I think it I I I think it's incredibly hard to be a teacher right now and to be at the mercy of, you know, all of these directives and regulations. And that the reason you become a teacher is because you care about kids and you want them to have the education that they need to be successful in their own life, which has a, I mean, it isn't always just about making money and getting a high paying job, but to feel like their life is meaningful to them, that they are doing work that uses what they're capable of. And that they can think, that they have things that give them pleasure and joy and connection to other people in a way that is meaningful for them. That's what you're trying to do as a teacher. And to have people tying your hands behind your back and putting tape over your mouth and saying no, you know I
Wow.
just think
Wow.
we need to do better.
Wow. Wow.
We need.
Wow. I agree with your sentiments, and I would not be surprised if there was a singer-songwriter somewhere in the world writing about something that they learned in your class, the same way you wrote about your dad and the feelings that you got from him. I wouldn't be surprised, Kim. Come
That would
on.
be the coolest thing ever.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Um, Harry Belafonte was someone who you really admired. Any reflections on his life, his recent passing?
He I'm so sorry he's gone, because he was such a wonderful example of staying so true to yourself and your beliefs, that and using your fame and your fortune always for good, to help other people, to lift other people up, to bring issues and keep issues in the foreground, and not, and remind people, but do it always. He was so gentle and so firmly spoken, and yet you don't hear him yelling, you hear him just speaking the truth, but in this quiet way and with this beautiful smile, you know, and this gorgeous voice and these wonderful images, where he just brought his home to life for all of us.
We have
So
those
I'm sorry.
memories.
I should not read the chat while we're talking. So, um, but yeah, he was great, and his were some of the first records I ever heard as a
Wow.
kid. My mom loved him, and so we had the Harry Belafonte Calypso record, and that
Wow.
was on the turntable a lot.
Wow. Wow. Mm, I'm loving these stories.
Yeah.
I'm loving. I'm feeling your heart very much, very much. And let's take another trip with pizza. And okay,
Okay.
so what were your pizza toppings? I'm just curious.
Oh, I think we were pretty sedate. I'm not sure there was much that was available back then either. Um, so I think it was pretty much a straight, cheese, and
Okay.
there might have been pepperoni. Oh, I know,
Oh,
but the fact
exotic.
just the fact that my mom didn't make it was really good. She, she sort of overcooked everything for a long time.
All right. Well, we're loving your dad, Jock. Papa Jock. We call him Papa Jock. We're loving him for this incredible memory that he's given you, and you put it to music. So may we please sing it again? Because we know it now.
I would love to do that. Oh, and thanks so much to Jaden. You're just popping things up right when they right when they're needed. So here we go. I like to go out for takeout and ride in the car with my dad. Without my mother and sisters, the only alone time we had. We'd pick up a pizza in Garwood. I'd ride with it warm on my thighs. Or we'd get Chinese food in Linden, egg rolls and mystery fried rice. We'd talk about something important, like school or a book that I'd read. Then we'd pun about trees, take a different route, leave off to hear music instead. We'd drive to Roselle and the deli for fresh bagels that only they had. He'd joke with the man at the counter. They'd say I looked just like my dad. I always felt safe with my father. I knew that he thought I was smart, though I'd scoff at his soft-spoken lectures. Their lessons went straight to my heart. We'd talk about something important, like school or a book that I'd read. Then we'd pun about trees, take a different route, leave off to hear music instead. I'd still like to go out for takeout and ride in the car with my dad and hear once again all those lectures, that precious alone time with dad, that precious alone time with dad.
How beautiful, Kim Wallach. And it's so wonderful that we can see his face in yours.
You sure can.
We can see his face. Papa Jock. All right. And we're giving shout out to moms. We're giving shout out to your moms because she made it possible for you to have these incredible memories and the ride. Kim Wallach, thank you so much. Thank
Well,
you for
thank
being
you
with
for
us.
having me. And thanks all daily antidoters. Thanks, Jaden, and thanks, JoJo.
All right. All right. Kim Wallach, I know what I'm having for lunch today. It won't be a mystery. Wow. Let's just take that in. Lovely, lovely memories. Wow. Thank you, Kim. And thank you for starting our month-long Father's tribute in such a beautiful and heartwarming way. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I don't know that there are any announcements. Kim, make sure you get some photos to Jaden of that purple and orange we talked about. Because Jaden collects photos. She collects photos. All right. Let's see. I think that is it. I think that's it for the day, people. We thank you for being here. If you are new to Daily Antidote Song, this is what goes on every single day. We get that medicine. We get that loving medicine that our hearts needs to continue to be in this world in the best way that we can. All right, we're gonna say goodbye to all of our streaming folks. If you all take off first, and let's say goodbye to the folks in the room. We want to thank Kim Wallach, of course. Kim, thank you for representing Keen in such a keen way. Thank you. We want to thank Jojo Rossi for making this happen. We want to thank Jaden. You think it, she links it. I tell you, that girl is fast. She fast on it and accurate. And then we want to thank Kevin in DC. Thank you, Kevin, for being here. Thank you, Deborah, for representing Kentucky. Thank you. Hey, Deli, good seeing you here. Nancy, lovely having you here. Hi, Pauline and Dad in Newcastle. Do you guys get pizza and bagels in your neighborhood? That's good. Wonderful. Thank you. Give Phil our love, Pauline. Susan in Cincinnati, thank you. I saw you really loving that song. I know you can relate. Thank you so much. Sheila in Florida, appreciate you being here. Hey, Ann in Nashville. Thank you for sharing your time with us. Storm! Thank you, Storm. And we're sending you love to you and Mariah. Storm's great daddy, representing the dads here. We appreciate you so much, Storm. Thank you for being here. Luda and Victoria, just loving all that orange over your shoulder and the love that you're giving out. Appreciate you so much. Carolyn and Boise, love seeing you. Oh, wow. You put your love inside of the teacup. I love it. I tell you, these creative people. Thank you for being here. Chuck, thank you for being here from Detroit. Thank you. Bob and Mabel are together. Bob, I was loving that orange sky, but I like seeing you there with Mabel and the Bears. Thank you both. Thank you all for being here. Nancy, appreciate you. And Irish Cow. Linda, Orcas Island, thank you for being here. Hey, Fred in Silver Spring, appreciate seeing you again. Martha, as always, my dear, lovely to have you. Annette in California, well, great to see you. We'll see you again. Hey, Karen in Oregon. Nice having you here. Jim in New York City. Good to see you, my friend. Hey, Kathy. The iPad is looking really good today. Thank you. And Gary, thank you for being here. Susan in Seattle. Loving the orange, my dear. I see what you and Susan did. I see what you two Susans did. You're all conspiring. It's called conspiring. I love it. Jamie and Victoria, thank you for being here. Curly Pop and Top. Wow. I'm just loving the two of you singing together. Thank you. Wonderful memories. Kathy, yes, you're the other Kathy with the orange. Yes. I thank you for being here. Bonnie and Boise. Good to see you, love, as always. Hoda in British Columbia. Thank you. Thank you. And we got Curly Tops on another. Wow. Curly Tops are taking over. I love it. Jane in Texas. Thanks for being here. Kevin. Kevin in DC. Okay. That's quite a statement you're making there. That's quite a statement. Okay. Spice in Baltimore. Thank you. Thank you. Debbie Benador. Thanks for being here. And Bob, Jojo, Amos, Jenny in Suffolk, UK, Moon in Alexandria, Virginia, Isabel. Thank you. Thank you. Kat in Vermont, Caroline in DC, Suzanne, not this kid. Okay. And Laura Deutsch. Thank you all for being here today. Um, it's a wonderful day. And Kim, make sure you save the chat because I'm sure there are a lot of really, really great messages there for you. Okay, I'm taking off. Jaden, you got something to say? What you got to say, Jaden? What you got to say for yourself?
Just that this was a beautiful way to start off the month of June. So thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you. Bye.
Yay. And